The Prime Minister, Mr. Malcolm Fraser. Quite a number of parliamentarians here this afternoon at the VFL luncheon. There was Billy Snedden. There was the... here's the president of the VFL, Dr. Alan Ayler.
On behalf of the Victorian Football League, I would like to thank you, the public of Victoria, for supporting us, this game, this great game, for season 1979. I'd also like to take the opportunity of congratulating the players for putting in a magnificent season. The Norm Smith Medal. The VFL have instituted this medal in the memory of the late Norm Smith. This is the first year of the award, and it will go on. It's for the best player in the grand final. And this year it will be presented by the wife of the late Norm Smith, Mrs. Marge Smith. And I would like her to come forward onto the dais. The winner of the Norm Smith Medal for season 1979 is Wayne Harms. Also, on behalf of the Victorian Football League, we'd like to congratulate the 1979 Premiership club, Carlton. To present the Premiership medallions and the Premiership Cup, I would like to introduce to you the Governor of Victoria, His Excellency, the Honourable Sir Henry Winnicky.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as patron of the Victorian Football League, it's a great honour to present Premiership Cup and the medallions. But before so doing, on behalf of you all, I offer both teams our warmest congratulations for a magnificent game under rather difficult conditions. And our special congratulations to the captain, coach, and the members of the Carlton team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present the medallions and the Premiership Cup for 1979.
Peter Jones. Mark McClure. Little Jim Buckley. Wayne Johnson. Rod Austin. David Mackay. Michael
There we see
Young.
the Collingwood players going off the ground, and they look terribly dejected and tired, and they should be pretty proud. They lost it. They don't get the glory of Carlton, but by golly, they put up one of the greatest fights a Collingwood side's ever put up on the MCG, and you can go back as far as the start of the Collingwood history.
Oh, I think it's a shame, Lou, that someone's got to lose.
That's right, and it would have been a fitting result, a draw, but by golly, you ask those players to go out and front up again next week. It'll be too much. But full marks to Carlton, commiserations to Collingwood. And it'll be a pretty sad town there tonight at the Collingwood Football Club, I should imagine. Carlton have worked very hard, and when you work out the form for the year, they've been the form side. They've been on top of the league ladder for all the year, and they continued their good work today in winning the 1979 Grand Final.
Trevor Keogh.
Possibly you could say that it looked at, got a bit shaky at one stage.
Armstrong.
Got a bit shaky at one stage, and you felt that Collingwood were going to bolt it in about 15 minutes into the second quarter, and they fought back, and they actually led by 22 points in the last quarter. And I thought, well, how far Carlton again, because they were playing strong football, and on 2 occasions Collingwood got within 4 points. And there's Alex Jesaulenko, and he did a marvellous job today. Well, I don't think he was a great player, but he was inspiration on the ground was the most important thing, plus the fact that he's done such a marvellous job with Carlton, taking the job when no one else, well, they didn't want him to take it, actually. And, of course, there's Percy Jones. They're calling him up, possibly playing his last game. And no doubt one of the greatest personalities that ever played football, whether it's Carlton or Collingwood or Richmond, doesn't matter who you barrack for, you've got to admire him. He is a personality and a half, isn't he?
And, Lou, it's not just his football ability that'll be missed by Carlton. Clubs often, look at players and they think, well, they're really struggling a little bit. But there's Perth giving Jesaulenko a dose of champagne, and I'm sure Alex doesn't mind. But everyone at Carlton can justifiably be proud of both of the effort that Alex Jesaulenko and his team have really put in. As you said, Lou, they did lead right throughout the year. They were sitting on top of the ladder and justifiably went on with the business and won the Premiership.
Well, there we see Alex Jesaulenko with a badly bruised, or it could be even broken ankle, I think it is, Bobby, and a very proud man. And when you win the flag, you don't worry about your injuries. You say to yourself, it's all worth it. And of course, Alex Jesaulenko has done a marvellous job with Carlton, and I'd say that he'll be their coach for many, many years. That'll make Alex Jesaulenko just about a fixture there, because in 2 years he's got them to the grand final and winning the flag.
A very, very jubilant Carlton team. Half of them in Collingwood jumpers that they've swapped with their respective opponents, and the players do that out of respect for their respective opponents, and to look back, in years to come and say, well, that was the player that I played against.
Well, that's right, and the crowd here of over 100,000 people, and it's only one city in the world could do this. It's only one game that could draw the crowd under such adverse conditions. Raining up till about a minute before the start, 5 minutes before the start of play, and all of a sudden God must have said, well, okay, this is a very important day. I'll cut the rain off for you. And it didn't rain anymore throughout the day. And as the game, as the day progressed, it got better and the conditions got better. There we see Alex Jesaulenko with his ankle very heavily bandaged, being helped by Klomp and Percy Jones, and also the flying doormat Bruce Still. And it'll be a sad day when
He's walking better already.
That's right. He hasn't got any pain at all. It's a sad day, possibly Percy Jones' last game, and there he is singing a song, and I would say that Percy Jones may have a few friendly ales tonight.
Just a quiet chance, I'd say.
But he's very proud too, because his mum and sister and brother have come over from Tasmania. His other brother's down from Queensland, and his nephew, and they're all here to see Percy Jones play, and I reckon his mum from Tasmania would be mighty proud. But Carlton have won this match 11-16. 82 to Collingwood, 11-11-77. A 5-point win for the 1979 Grand Final to Carlton. They'll be a very happy crowd down there at their celebrations tonight. I'd hate to go to the Collingwood one. There's nothing worse than going to a Grand Final when you've lost the Grand Final, particularly by 5 points.